Sid is a guy that we've used in our company in Canada a lot, and we've done 2 interviews with now. I know he started with you in your territory and it went on to WCW, but before we got into WCW, could you just talk about him in your personal territory?
Yeah. I had Downtown Bruno. You familiar with Downtown
Harvey
Bruno?
Whippleman.
Harvey Whippleman, yeah. Downtown Bruno. He was sending me pictures of him and guys, and he was up in Pittsburgh, I guess, and he wanted to come in and work for us. And I looked at the pictures, ridiculous. I'd never hire this guy. He's a little bitty twerp thing. I just, I'd never hire him. And so I just always, if I'd send something back, I'd say, hey, you find me a monster. Find me a monster. Find me a monster. And one day he sends me the picture, him and Sid, in the Lord Humongous outfit. I look at that picture and I say, give him a call. So that's the start of Downtown Bruno, Harvey Whippleman. He comes in with Sid. Sid comes in just like Hogan, just greener than a dadgum pepper sprout. And so we got to put him with somebody good. Hey, remember there's a bear hug. Y'all fight that bear hug, do this and that and that. Same thing. The son of a gun in 8-10 weeks time is selling out my houses. That just the look, the action, and we're trying to get a good match. Oh God, how are we going to get a good match out of this guy? But we're working on it, and he makes an improvement. He makes an improvement, and he does real good. Then we done him a favor. So now you wonder, when are you going to get the favor done back for you? What's going to happen back for you? And Sid, later on, is the reason that I go as Colonel Parker into WCW.
How did you end up going to WCW? I guess in the early 90s is when you first came in.
I was working for Smoky Mountain Wrestling for 4 days a week. And I spent 3 days in Cincinnati working for my brother's hockey team. And I would make most of my trips out of Cincinnati because I was working there, and then I lived in Knoxville, so it was easy to make those trips and still be involved in my brother's hockey team. And I wasn't crazy about the hockey stuff, but it was paying pretty good. And
what did you do for the hockey team?
I was a marketing salesman.
Okay.
Yeah, I sold space on the ice, signage around the things. I was a marketing salesman, and I was really thinking about kind of easing out of the business and going into the business of marketing. That I was thinking I might be right for that as a job. And as you're getting older, you're not going to take them bumps so much and work the ring. And I always said, if I can't work the ring the way I need to do, then I'm not going to work anymore. And so right there at that time, then Sid called me, and Sid asked me, you want to go to Atlanta with me, WCW as a colonel? We'll get you a white suit, white hat, big cigar, and you play Colonel Parker, nephew of Tom Parker, the guy who promotes Elvis Presley. And man, I just say, God is good. Yes, I want to do that. I don't have to work. I can go in there and be a manager, just do what I do best. It's BS. And so Sid got me that job to go in there. And I remember the first night I went in there, Sid's not with me. I'm just promoting him, getting him ready to come in the following week. We got some angles we're shooting, and Dusty Rhodes was the booker in there then. And they come in and they give me a sheet of paper. And it's got all the stuff I'm to say, everything in the paper. And I read it, and I go, what in the world is this crap? So I go knock on Dusty's door, and hey baby, come on in, what's the deal? I say, well, Dusty, it's this stuff they brought me. They want me to read this verbatim. This is who I am. Yeah, baby, everything's changing in the business today, and yeah, that's what they do. We have the writers, and they write everything, and then you go out there and you say it. If you don't say it, then then the writers get all upset and everybody in here and the things don't work good. You kind of got to read that stuff and say it like that, you know, and all I say. And I say, well, I'm disappointed with it. And so he says, what you got? Give it to me. And so I just put the paper over there and I give him my interview, right straight, look him right in the face in the back dressing room. And he looks at me and he says, throw that shit in the garbage. And so, yeah, so I did. Pitch it in the garbage. And they never handed me another paper in WCW again. And I was there for 7 years. Wow. That the writers, and somehow I got by that heat that you would get from the writers writing stuff and you throwing it in the garbage. Or either they just stopped writing my stuff. So, but I started doing Colonel Parker the way I wanted to do Colonel Parker. And Sid had a thing in his mind. He said, hey, we want Foghorn and Leghorn. Yes, sir, man, you're square as a bowling ball, boy. And we wanted that. That's what we wanted. And that's what we went with. And they started to really click. And that deal just caught on fire. And it was 7 of the greatest years I had in all my life. Now, you know, if you say, is there a God up there? Oh, boy, there's got to be. Because where'd Colonel Parker come from? That it's who I am today. I mean, it is. I'm still in the business today with Major League Wrestling, and I work all these autograph shows around and meet all the fine people, and man, I'm out there as much as I want to be, and it's majorly because of Colonel Parker.